Save my sweet mouth. This is the story of a little rabbit named Gogo. He lived inside a green mound in a forest. His house was very cute. The outside walls of the house were made of wood. They were painted green and round. The roof, which was made by connecting branches, was red in color. From a distance, Gogo's house looked like a big mushroom. One day Gogo went out for a morning walk. He was jumping over the rocks and suddenly he saw a small box. What is it? Gogo looked surprised. Cuckoo. This is a match. A voice came from the tree above. Gogo raised his head and looked up. A fat bird was sitting inside its nest saying, "Those who passed through the forest last night forgot this match here under the tree." Yes, then. What do you do with it? Gogo shook the box in surprise. She had now come out of the nest and sat on the lowest branch. I will also use it to light the stove and heat the carrot soup. Aha, said Gogo and jumped back quickly. He didn't even listen to the bird. When Gogo came home, his mother was not at home. She had gone to Bolumian shop to buy carrots as usual. Had gone. Gogo Rabbit came into the kitchen. He put a small pot on the stove. In it was yesterday's leftover soup. Gogo took out a matchstick and placed it near the stove. But it did. The stove was not catching fire. The fire on the stick started to catch fire on Gogo's hand, so he panicked and threw the stick out of the window. Then he took out the second stick, then the third, fourth, but the stove did not catch fire at all. Gogo kept throwing burning sticks out of the window. After a while there was a knock at the door. Gogo opened the door. When Ami came in, she smelled something burning. Did you go to the kitchen? Yes. No, she tried to tell him, but the rabbit's mother was in a hurry. She came briskly into the kitchen and quickly checked all the stoves. Nothing was working. Everything was fine. Yes, the pot of soup was lying on the shelf. Gogo, you wanted to heat up the soup. Gogo didn't answer. He rushed out of the kitchen. He didn't know how to tell Ami. When Ami came into the room, Gogo was sitting quietly in the room. Ami had a bowl of soup in her hand. They placed it on the side table. He kept the cup and said, "My dear son, I have seen matches falling out of the window. God forbid, if the stove had caught fire, you could have caught fire." Gogo was very embarrassed to hear this. You are young now. When you grow up, you will learn to light the stove yourself. Rabbit Mom suddenly sniffed something and said, "This. It smells like burning. Oh my God." Mom quickly ran out of the room. Children, what actually happened was when Gogo Rabbit threw burning tea bags out the window, the grass caught fire. The fire reached the walls of Gogo's house. The wood started to burn. Hello. Gogo's mother had called Hattie Mian. Hattie Mian, who was the fire brigade of the forest, arrived outside Gogo's house with several companions. They brought a lot of water from the pond in their trunks. Soon the fire was extinguished. The green walls were burned and turned black. But thankfully there was not much damage. Gogo built the wall together with Amy. The monkeys also helped them. They chopped the wood. Now Gogo has painted it yellow. Dear children, the lesson learned from this story is to never play with matches. Do not try to do dangerous things on your own without asking your elders.